I want you to know, if you don't know, things are only going to get worse. They're not going to get better. You can bank on it. And not just in America, but around the world. It's only going to get worse. Human beings are going to get worse because human nature is evil. And if you're not ready to deal with it, you're not going to make it. They will destroy you because you are still subject to the world if you're not overcome it. And human beings are evil, pure evil. There's nothing good in human nature. So it will get worse. Even the Mexicans are getting worse. Remember when Mexicans did serve when they first came here 20 years? I have 50 years I've been here. Mexicans used to be nice. And when they worked, they did really good work, and they just, you could rely on them, right? Y'all remember those days? Do you? Now they have changed. And now they give you attitude. And they're lazy. They don't do what they say. When you can go and get service, and if the Mexican have the service, during the service, yesterday I went and got some service done. So I ordered a particular thing, and it cost a little bit more money because I wanted the best done. And then they got it, and they did the less to it. They gave me a cheaper price service thing. And so I said, this is not what I asked for. And then they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, Senor, I'm sorry. Senor, no, I'm so sorry. You know they go into that, right? Y'all ever heard that before? How about the Mexican? Y'all heard that before, right? Yeah. And then the manager, the assistant manager, I guess, said, oh, Senor, let me get the manager. Because I said, I don't want this. This is not what I want. And he said, let me get the manager. So the manager came, and I told him, this is not what I paid for. This is not what I asked for. You're giving me the lesser one. And he was like, oh, Senor, I'm so sorry. And then I said, well, what I like, I don't have time to keep waiting, so I need a discount on this, and I'll just keep what I have, what you've given me. Because they gave me the lesser price. And I said, I'll keep this, but I need a discount. And they're like, oh, okay, Senor, see. And then he said, next time you come, I'll give you a discount. I'll give you a big discount, Senor. Next time you come. And I'm like, well, I don't know you. And he's like, I'm the manager, Senor. They start hitting you. See, I'm the manager. I said, I know, I see you around here sometimes. He's like, I'm here Tuesday through Sunday or something. I said, okay. I said, but, okay, I will accept the half discount. I had the price. But you got to put it in writing. No, Senor, keep it in writing. No, I'll be here. You know me, Senor. I'm always here. All the time, Senor. I'm always here, Senor. Senor, Senor. Yeah, so, and I'm just standing there looking at him because this is my moment to grow. So I'm standing there listening to him, and he was going, oh, Senor, see, Senor. I keep my word. Everybody knows me, Senor. I'm always Senor, see. I said, maybe you are, I said, but I need it in writing. I said, because when I come back, you may be dead. I don't know if you're going to live. And I said, plus, you may be evil. I said, all people are evil. You can't be trusted. He's like, no, Senor. I'll be here, Senor. See, Senor. I said, why can't you just put it in writing in case you die? Because when I come back, you're not going to remember. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, okay, Senor. I'll put it in writing. And so we went up to the front office. He told the clerk, write it down, blah, blah, blah. But he didn't put his name on it. I was like, Senor, you got to put your name on it. Oh, no. See, Senor, it's on it. It says this and that. I said, but your name is not on it. Because when I come back, they can say, we didn't write this, or this is the wrong date or something. He's like, Senor, no, you don't need to worry. Well, I'll be here, Senor. I said, no, I told you, you might die. And so he finally put a name on the date. And I was thinking, I remember when the message gave excellent service. You went to the establishment where they work, nice personality, excellent service, nice, and you didn't mind tipping them or anything. That has all changed now. I know the people who I used to go to this car wash. It was an amazing car wash, and then it changed. They got a bunch of Mexicans. Everything changed, and now the Mexicans get mad if you ask them to clean the spot. You know, I go through the car. They get mad. I don't want to clean that spot. So everything is like that, though. When the Mexicans get mad, you know it's messed up. Everything is like that. So human, not just the Mexicans, the whites, the blacks, everything is like that. And it's only going to get worse. And if you're not prepared to live in this world and overcome it and live here, you're going to go through it too. They're going to get to you. Your family member going to get to you. Your friends are going to get to you. Because everything changes. Do not expect that the world going to get better. It's not. And do not expect that they're going to treat you well. The one thing I want to encourage you, have no expectation of how someone should treat you. Have no expectation of how you should be treated. Don't expect to be treated nice, good or bad. Don't expect to be treated like a professional, you know, and all that mess. Even if you're the president of the United States, do not expect to be treated well. Do not expect to be treated because you're a Christian by other Christians or your parents or anyone else. That ain't the way it is. And I promise you, if you have no expectation of how you should be treated, no matter how they treat you, you won't feel the impact of it. Because you won't be thinking, oh, I'm the mother or the daddy. You can't talk to me like that. Or I'm your friend. That's not the way you speak to friends. Or I'm a psychologist. I'm a preacher. I'm a lawyer. You have no expectation, and then you won't be bothered. If someone don't want to treat you right, but when you have no expectation of how you want the world to treat you, you can't be treated in a bad way. Even if they're trying to do something, make you feel a certain way, they can't make you feel anything. So let go of all your ways of how you should be treated. And women got it bad. I'm a woman. You don't talk to a woman that way. Especially black women. Oh, Lord. This one woman, she was from Philadelphia or somewhere. She went to the illegal alien camp where they're picking up the illegal, and she was going to try to barge in, and they stopped her, and they manhandled her, right? And she went and had a press conference. They treated me like this. I'm a senator, I'm this, I'm that, and I'm a black woman. I'm like, what that mean? They should have thrown you down when they found you were black. But don't expect to be treated, even with your wife, don't expect your wife to treat you well. Do not, that way she can't touch you. And the same with your husband, since your husband treated you well already, but if he wasn't treating you well. Your husband treats you well, right? I can't hear you? Yes. Right now, yes. But does that make sense what I'm telling you? Have no special way of how anyone should treat you. Anybody disagree with that or don't understand it? Right here. And right here. You were about to raise your hand, right? But you did like this. I'll come to you. Go ahead.
So we shouldn't have expectations of the world getting better.
Right.
We shouldn't have expectations of it getting worse either, too, right?
You should know that it is getting worse. It's going to get worse.
Because of human nature.
Don't expect to get better, but just know it's getting worse.
How do you know it's getting worse?
How do you know it's getting worse? Because human beings are evil and they thrive off the misery of each other. And the government is out of control. Our government is against us because the government is about money and power. They will start a war to get you upset, and then they want to make you, they tell you, you got to serve your country. You're not a patriot if you don't serve your country. Now you feel like you got to go serve. Then they get you killed, and then they send your body back to the family, and they have a flag on your casket thing, and they tell you you're a patriot, but you're dead. But but in the meantime, they're making money off you. They're making money by creating weapons and making money off weapons. They're making money off because they're in agreement with other countries and things like that. It's all about the money. And so even with this black-white race thing, the black people are like that because they're listening to their black leaders, the government leaders and things like that, and they're telling the blacks that the white man holding you back, you should be angry. It's been going on since slavery, and it's not true. But the blacks are staying angry, and they're fighting each other out there while the people who are promoting are making money and getting whatever position they want in life. That works for them. And then the blacks and whites are fighting each other over nothing, but they hate each other. And that's only going to get worse because most people are not going to wake up and see what's going on. Some will, but most won't. And as the human heart is evil, it can only get worse instead of better.
Do you think there's ever going to be a shift where more people wake up and the people that are asleep see the people
Speak
wake
up
up?
a little bit.
Do you think there's going to be a shift where the people that are waking up set the example to the people that are sleeping and the good overcomes the bad?
Well, the good will, as you're overcoming evil, you are overcoming bad. You're defeating evil. Mm. And it means that you're going to have a clear picture of how to defeat evil in yourself and in other people. And so your world will be fine, but most people's world won't.
I noticed something a couple months ago. When I first came here, you told me to forgive my dad, and I did that, but I didn't apologize to him.
You didn't apologize to him? What did you say to him?
I told him I was sorry for hating him.
That is the apology.
But the first time I told him I forgave him for like raising me with hate and not love. I thought that was gonna set me free. But what set me free was telling him I was sorry for hating him.
Right.
Why did it?
Forgiveness is telling the person you hate, your mother and your father,
Sorry.
I am sorry for hating you or being angry at you or judging you. I'm wrong. And that's what the apology is. That's what God hears from you. And when you admit you're wrong for being mad at them, then God will forgive you because human beings cannot forgive each other. There's no such thing as going over there, oh, I'm sorry I stole your watermelon. And they're like, oh, that's all right. And then you go steal the next watermelon. That kind of apology doesn't work. How many times people said, I'm sorry, and they did it over and over again. But this thing, when you say, I'm wrong for hating you, judging you, that's a true apology because you admitted your sin of judgment. And that's what God forgives.
Is that when love starts to work through you?
100%.
I noticed.
100%. Love will never work through you until you return to love. And you're never, meaning to God, to truth. Yep. And you're never going to do it until you see you're evil, that you're wrong. Anyone that has anger is evil.
So forgiveness and love, those are synonymous.
Yes. Yeah. The true forgiveness, admitting you're wrong.
Yep.
When you do that, you can't help but become a love because now you're returning to the Father. To truth.
One more. A couple of services ago, you said someone was talking about dreams they were having, and then you brought up color. You said color is like, it plays a vital role in our lives.
I'm sorry?
You said color plays a vital role in our lives.
Is it light?
No, it plays a role in our lives.
Color does?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember, sorry.
Okay.
If I remember, but I don't remember. Amazing. So you working on yourself?
Yeah, ever since I first came here, I was working on myself. But then I was listening to one of the services, and then I realized I didn't tell my parents I was sorry. So I think the first time I forgave them, I don't think it was as genuine as it should have been.
Right. Yeah. Well, you don't have to go back anymore.
No, I know. I feel that now. I feel.
Are you doing the silent prayer?
I do.
Right on.
Yep.
Amazing. So I want you to know this earth is going to get worse. When Christ came, he didn't condemn the world, but he came to make you free from the world. Meaning that he came so you could live in this world with all power, all authority, and be around the hell that's around you, because you are overcoming the hell in you. And overcoming the hell in you, you have control of your whole life. Mm-hmm. You're in control of everything, and no one can touch you. But the other people that are not working on themselves, they're gonna be in hell. They're gonna try to hurt you with it, but they won't be able to
Yeah.
because you will be in control of your own life.
I've noticed that. And before I would feel stuff, but I don't feel anything now.
Absolutely. You just work on that, watch that, and that's why it's weird in a good way.
Yep.
That you cannot, the things you used to overreact to, the things that used to make you afraid and stuff, it doesn't happen anymore. Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing, yeah.
Amazing. Will you stay with it?
Can I ask one more thing?
Yes.
Christ. How come, like, as Christians, we're supposed to believe in what Christ said, right? And what he
Yes.
did? Okay.
They're supposed to believe the message that he brought. But instead of believing the message, they made him a God.
Yeah. So is he a God or is he a man?
He is the Son of God. When he was walking the earth, he was in a man form, but he was a spirit, as you are a spirit.
The message is from God.
From God.
And that's the important thing to listen to.
I'm sorry?
That's the important thing to listen to.
That's why Christ said, if you believe me, you believe my word, the message I bring to you, you shall be free.
He said, don't believe me, believe my word.
Right.
Oh.
He was like, it's not me. Don't worship me. Don't do any of that stuff. Because my Father sent me. You know what I mean?
Yep. I've seen that a lot. I'm just like, I didn't understand it. I was like,
Yeah.
Like,
but
you're
they
not
missed
saved.
it, and they made the man into the God.
Yep.
And now you can't even, most Christians will not accept or believe at all that he's the Son. Even though he even said that what I own, you own it too. Your inheritance is the same as mine. And then when he died, he said, I'm going back to my Father. And I will talk to my Father. I'm going to tell him to send the Holy Spirit back to teach you all things. He's talked a lot about his Father, but still the Christians think that he's God. And they only believe that because they believe a lie. And once you believe a lie, it's hard to believe it true.
What's the resurrection about? Like,
When he did what you were doing, died from that old nature, you're going to rise. That's the resurrection. You died from your old false self, from evil, that you've been calling you. You will rise and you will have real life if you stay with it.
one more thing that I noticed was like, the first time I forgave,
Speak up a little louder.
one more thing that I noticed, like the first time I forgave, I'd have to put effort into overcoming the thoughts. But now it feels effortless.
Right on. Keep it that way. There's nothing you can do but be aware of it. All you ever have to do the rest of your life is observe the thoughts. And don't call them you. Don't argue with them. Don't try to run away from them. You just watch them, and they'll be taken away. All right? Amazing. Stay with it, man.
I will.
Now you feel silly. You feel silly now? The man put you to shame. No, I'm playing.